Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Rich Von Olven with this hurricane update on Sandy for the Hudson Valley. Now, a very busy day and a very violent, very destructive storm, a dangerous storm now spiraling into the eastern seaboard. And Sandy right there with the radar, some of the yellows, some of the brighter colors there, the eye wall heading towards Atlantic City. So it's making that hard left turn that we talked about. To the north, we're not that far away, so we are feeling the effects of the heaviest rain. The yellow has been across New Jersey and Pennsylvania. But here in Westchester County, notice the spiral bands of rain, the darker green. Now, within those bands, what you don't see is the wind. Some of the wind gusts have been above 50, in some cases 60 miles per hour. That's what's doing the damage this afternoon. It's also piling up the water big time in the western part of the Sound around the Mamaroneck and Rye, so big issues across that portion of the Hudson Valley. Clouds radar across the northeast. Very easy to point out where Sandy is there, headed towards about the Cape May, Atlantic City area. It is a minimal hurricane, but still a Category 1 storm. It's strong, broad enough to cause all sorts of issues up and down the eastern seaboard. That wind field, 45 to 70 miles per hour, comes through the lower Hudson Valley. Most areas will be seeing at least tropical storm force winds, if not higher, throughout tonight. Landfall expected this evening between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. near Atlantic City. Heaviest rain south and west, and that big deal is the storm surge, the western Sound. So the greatest point of impact, it's now through late tonight going into early Tuesday. The winds could gust above 70 in some places, and very dangerous tidal flooding with high wind warning continuing throughout tonight. The rain will be heavy at times, some strong winds, and they could gust again above, let's say, tropical storm to hurricane force. Not as nice Tuesday as well, with some rain around, but then drying out for cleanup late in the week. This is News 12 Traffic and Weather, only on cable. Know before you go.
You're watching News 12 Traffic and Weather. Know before you go.
Good afternoon. I'm Andre Ferro with your News 12 traffic update. Driving through northern Westchester County, you're going to notice flooding on the Sawmill in Pleasantville by Manville Road, and in Thornwood by Marble Avenue right over by McDonald's. And Route 6 is closed in both directions right here in Cortland, right before the Anvil Circle. And you do have this accident, 684 northbound, right by the Westchester County Airport. The left lane is blocked. Hopefully everybody is okay. As we drive into lower Westchester County, the Bronx River Parkway is closed in both directions, basically from Central Avenue all the way to White Plains. And we do have a mandatory evacuation for parts of Mamaroneck and Port Chester, plus the southbound Hutch is closed from the Cross County Parkway to East 3rd Street due to flooding. That's not going to help matters at all. And over here by the Bed Bath & Beyond Superstore in Elm Street, you can just see a couple of cars driving by, misty rain and heavy winds. So definitely take it easy out there if you have to go out. And over here by the Cross County Parkway, it's good to see just a couple of cars going by. People know that this storm is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And Matt Hammer has the latest on all you need to know about Hurricane Sandy coming up next as we drive closer towards 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And over here by the Tappan Zee Bridge, you're going to have 35-mile speed restrictions, 35-mile-per-hour speed restrictions. And over here is another peak at the Tappan Zee, and over here by the tolls you can see just a couple of cars zipping by. Once you get into Rockland County, you should be okay. Keep in mind the town of Stony Point recommends that residents living in low-lying areas near the river seek alternative shelter, and the village of Piermont recommends evacuations for residents living near the Hudson River. Not a bad ride throughout Orange County, east and west on 84, north and south on the Thruway. Dutchess and Putnam, you're doing okay on the Taconic, and heading east on 84, passing Brewster and all the way to Danbury, Connecticut. Speaking of Connecticut, lots of flooding and closures near the Long Island Sound. I would stick with 95. It's above sea level as opposed to the Merritt Parkway. In the Bronx, lots of flooding. Southbound and northbound Hutch closed near Tremont Avenue, and buses and rails are suspended. You're watching News 12 Traffic and Weather, only on cable. Know before you go.
Strong winds